This is Millennial Man Motions Entertainment, LLC. It is May of 2023, and I am back with my good friend and co-host Avi, and we are now on the third installment, Mission Impossible 3, which came out in 2006, 6 years after the last one, and it's directed by J.J. Abrams. But before we get too far into Mission Impossible 3, Avi would like to mention a few connections about the fourth Indiana Jones movie to a Sean Connery Untouchables movie.
Yeah, because what connection about from the Indiana Jones, the Kingdom of Crystal Skull, and Untouchables? So Indy says about that when they're about to confront by the KGB agents at the diner when Shia LaBeouf is involved. Shia LaBeouf pulls up a knife, but Indy says you got it wrong. You shouldn't bring a gun to that. Bring a knife to a gunfight. That's the line where the line came from for Sean Connery, who stars before in Indiana Jones 3. Sean Connery says that line in the Untouchables movie, where he gives advice to Kevin Costner about you bring a knife to a gunfight.
That is some interesting trivia right there. Okay, so Shia LaBeouf's character at one point in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull mentioned about the whole knife to a gunfight, which was like a callback to something that Sean Connery says in the Untouchables. That's very neat connections right there. Cool. All right, so that leaves Indiana Jones started at the beginning out of the way to connect that if we forgot to mention Indiana Jones review discussions. But now, what are your opening initial thoughts to Mission Impossible 3?
This is the first movie I saw in the theaters back in 2006 when it came out. I thought it's very hard to understand the line is about the mission would evolve. Even most of the part is what you call MacGuffin type of story. It's about rabbit's foot. It's about to know what's the secret.
Yeah, the MacGuffin.
It's like another biological weapon.
Well, yeah, the MacGuffin in this movie is called the rabbit's foot. We don't exactly we never really find out what the rabbit's foot was, but you said might be speculation of some kind.
But biological weapon. That's
maybe.
Like
but what did you say what did you say when you? Hold on a sec. What did you say when you meant that it was the first? Was that the first Mission Impossible movie you ever saw theatrically?
Yeah, the theatrically is since when it came out in 2006. But I go with Harry.
Oh, it was the first Mission Impossible movie you saw. Okay.
Yeah. Even this movie is very different than the other first two about because from the cinematography style and now they had to introduce a character that later on become the main cast in the next sequel, the name Simon Pegg.
Yes, so this is the first Mission Impossible movie that Simon Pegg is a part of.
Yeah, he only appears briefly.
Only very briefly. He's it's like a small little office part in this one. Then obviously in 4, 5, and 6 he gets bigger role. Bigger part of
the team mission.
Yeah. Now what were you saying?
Simon Pegg? I thought I like him as a comedian guy.
Right, he's like a comedian. Now what were you saying before Simon Pegg? That something about the cinematography and what else?
Because it's a different story plot than the other sequel. Because J.J. Abrams is the first time I directed that movie. But later on in the sequel, now he's only just producing the movie in the sequel.
Yeah, he produces the ones after it, but only directed this one, yeah.
Because this is one that has nothing to do any gun violence involved. Like a second movie or something less action than the first movie. But even though what it says in the trademark series, it's just again about Tom Cruise holding on to the cable wires where he's dangling. Yeah.
Oh, he's always Tom Cruise is always on those cable wires doing in all these different movies. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, even sometimes the J.J. Abrams has all the other cast who works before with J.J. Abrams in the TV series, like Kerry Russell and Greg Grunberg in it. Yeah, Greg
Grunberg is in the home scenes when about the friends and family parties. He's in that.
Party about before they announced the engagement.
Yes, and I don't know how much we should say about the Kerry Russell character because we don't want to give anything away for anybody who hasn't seen Mission Impossible 3 yet. But it's I can't say too much.
Kerry Russell's breakout was besides the Americans, is that her first major star is one of the TV series from the late '90s, also created by J.J. Abrams. Is called Felicity.
Yeah, she was in the Felicity thing.
Drama.
Yeah, she's got a few scenes in this movie, but we can't talk about too much about her for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. But yeah, Kerry Russell is in a few scenes in Mission Impossible 3.
Right. And sometimes but there's other supporting team member besides Vig Rhames who was involved in. Also, who's just joined in is only one time is Jonathan Rhys-Meyer.
Yeah, he's only in this third movie, but then they didn't really use him in anything.
They never mentioned about.
Yeah, they don't mention him after
Kerry
this.
Russell, Jonathan Rhys-Meyer. They later started together a year later called August Rush.
What was August Rush?
It's a musical drama in 2007. It plays a main couple about the child who's actually gifted to know about the music notes, about trying to find his parents where he's been left in the orphanage.
Oh, okay, so that's what that's about. Okay.
Finding his real parents by listening through his music, go through the music note.
Okay.
It's in 2007. I saw it at the camp.
Oh, okay, nice.
It might be good. Also in the August Rush, is Robin Williams in it.
Robin Williams was in it also?
Yeah, he plays some kind of the Oliver Twist subplot about Fagin type that runs a stray children to collect something.
Wow. Okay, so speaking about Robin Williams, everybody, I finished up my Spotify podcast. The series finale, final episode is available in the early May section of this month, but back in the catalog in November 2021, I did a whole episode devoted to Robin Williams, so check that out if you want to hear my thoughts on Robin Williams. It's in the November 2021 section of the Spotify podcasts, but I stopped podcasting after May 3rd, so everything now would just be a video podcast instead and not the audio only kind. All right, Mission Impossible 3. All right, so the thing that stood out to me the most was that opening. The opening when he's in that seat.
When his wife is held hostage, about to be executed.
Yeah, I thought that was a great way to open it. It was so much suspense that once they cut it and you didn't know what happened to her, that was a great little suspenseful way to open the whole movie that way.
Opens in the middle. The opening scene actually takes place in the middle of the movie before it starts.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
It 4 months ago before how it happened.
Right, exactly. And you didn't know after they cut it and they did the credits and the music. It's like, oh, I know they're gonna go back to that later. What happens there, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then I liked in the second movie, he gets the glasses in the beginning, but then in this movie, for him to find out stuff, he has to go to a retail store and take out the little camera, old camera kind,
the older red for the camera to look through the lens about. Yeah. It burns up the films.
Right, exactly.
Even now, the head force, the chairman of the House Mission now is played by Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, so the boss in this movie, right, correct, is played by Lawrence Fishburne, who's only in this one movie, the third one. He has a few lines. He has a few dialogue lines with Tom Cruise, but yeah, he is the boss in this third movie.
Yeah. And it almost looks like I thought. Imagine if Tom Cruise teams up with Keanu Reeves before, because if Lawrence Fishburne and Keanu Reeves will be reunited again since The Matrix, and now they work team together in the John Wick series. I mentioned something like that in one of my recent podcasts. I was saying that how cool and neat it would be if those two would work together in a fighting team up fighting movie somewhere. Yeah. Even does it involve virtual reality or something like a Contract Killer. Maybe like Contract Killer, because I think Keanu Reeves has already been in enough virtual reality type projects. Also about J.J. Abrams, about this first movie. Do you know? I know about J.J. Abrams. It's very. I saw the whole series of Lost, and I see the first 2 seasons of Alias. Wait, what about Lost? Lost is one of the best known creations. No, I know it is, but how much of it have you seen? Like a whole season. I finished the whole series.
Oh wow, the entire series. Some people were disappointed by the last season.
Yeah, the last season about this like jump to shark or that leaves us very mystifying about what it mean about
Right.
like the final season is like what happens like it's like a shows what if what
Right.
if
Right.
that we never get crashed
Right.
or it's never happened.
Yeah. Now, what was the show you said after Lost?
Alias. Yeah.
How much of Alias have you seen?
Only see the first 2 seasons.
Okay. Yeah. There's a few more seasons after that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Because
it's also like J.J. Abrams likes involved in wanted to make a spy action adventure, spy
Right.
show besides science fiction.
right.
And I like him about he did later on he did reboot the Star Trek movie.
No. Yeah. I wanted to mention that just now about Star Trek with J.J. Abrams. The two actor and actors you said. The first guy in the family stuff. What was his name again?
Family stuff. What?
The guy that J.J. Abrams used in the family scenes, the party scenes.
Greg Grunberg.
Yeah, Greg Grunberg and Kerry Russell are both in. I think he's in. I forget. He's in one of the Star Wars. I forget which one.
They started together. He directed Star Wars: The Force Awakens and Rise of Skywalker.
Right.
Yeah.
Greg was in which of those?
He plays one X-wing fighters about to join the. He's also
in
the
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens.
Yeah, in Force Awakens, and then she's in Rise of Skywalker, right?
Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
Yeah, plays one of the allies.
Okay.
And Greg Grunberg, he's also in Star Trek, one Star Trek movie, as a voiceover as James Kirk's stepfather, who was joyriding his car.
Right. Oh wait, what's this about?
Yeah, in Star Trek reboot, about Greg Berger does only a voice role.
Oh,
but he
okay.
voices that one James Kirk is joyriding his stepfather's car because put one dent in your car about you'll be punished.
Oh wow. Okay. Now there's also another actor in this who I think is like a double agent or something. I think his actor's name is Billy Crudup.
Billy
Crudup. Is he married to Jessica Connelly in real life or no?
No, Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah, Jennifer.
Actually, she married to Paul Bettany.
Oh, that's right, Paul Bettany. So Bill is in other stuff, but he may have still worked with her. Okay, right. You're right. Yeah.
Philip Seymour Hoffman and Billy Crudup worked together before in the movie Almost Famous.
Yeah. What was that about Almost Famous?
Billy Crudup and Philip Seymour Hoffman worked together before. Hold on a second. Let me talk to you. No. Actually, so. All right, thank God. Yes. All right, so 7:40 it is. All right. So, I'll see you outside. Thank you.
All right, everybody. We'll be back in a moment. He's just checking something on his end. We'll be back in a moment.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. So they may have worked together, but she's actually married to Paul Bettany. Okay, we got it.
Yeah. And so also about Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, let's talk about him. So he plays the main baddie in this movie. The first two movies don't really have that kind of memorable kind of main baddie, but by this third movie, Philip Seymour Hoffman is quite memorable and a lot of fans' favorite of all the different main baddies of the Mission Impossible movies. And what else did you want to say about him?
Well, sometimes he plays a weapons arms dealer, but
right.
Sometimes this is the first time I saw him, but I didn't know other roles he's in is a movie called Twister. You know, the one about tornado chasing.
Oh right, yeah, Twister. They're gonna make a sequel to that with someone in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard there's gonna be a sequel for that movie about that. But too bad Bill Paxton's not around because sadly he passed away.
Say that again.
Bill Paxton's not around.
Bill Paxton passed away, and unfortunately also Philip Seymour Hoffman had also passed away.
Yeah. And so also about for Philip Seymour Hoffman, other roles he's in I saw is the Big Lebowski and also and also he works also with Tom Cruise before in Magnolia.
Right. Now what was that about Big Lebowski?
Big Lebowski and Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Okay, Philip Seymour Hoffman, got it. Yes, and yes, the Magnolia, Philip Seymour Hoffman and Tom Cruise are both in. Yes.
Yeah, in Magnolia, here they share a scene, but it's like they have reunited again. But
yeah.
But and also sometimes even sometimes I thought it was some kind of as a character type role.
Right. Right. So Philip Seymour Hoffman he's for a lot of fans, he's one of the more memorable type, if not the number one memorable main villain of all the Mission Impossible series so far.
About Douglas Scott's role, previously I mentioned about Douglas Scott. His other role in the Mission Impossible, besides Mission Impossible 2, Douglas Scott role was in a movie called Enigma.
Oh, what's that about? What is all that?
It's a British World War II movie about loosely based about the one about Enigma coding machine that co-starred with Kate Winslet in it.
Oh wow, well, I'll watch Kate Winslet in anything.
All right,
Yeah.
So here's there's an interesting fact about
Sure.
Tom Cruise allegedly threatened to cancel publicity for the film if Comedy Central rebroadcasted the South Park Trapped in the Closet, aka Scientology episode.
That was funny.
Satirizes Scientology and mocks Cruise sexuality. Comedy Central is owned by Viacom, which is the parent company of Paramount Pictures, and Mission Impossible 3 was distributed by them.
Yeah.
The episode was indeed pulled off the air. Trey Parker and Matt Stone, creators of South Park, said they were called by Comedy Central and told that the episode would be pulled off the air, and they were also told not to say anything to anybody about it.
Yeah, that South Park's funny, and I guess he took it too seriously. But yeah, I get what you're saying there.
Yeah, that's like too much about it. If I saw the episode, I really liked it. I
Yeah.
really liked it, but he was almost saying not to rerun this episode.
Right, I hear that. Well, as far as South Park is concerned, my favorite line is from the character, the counselor guy, Mr. Mackey, Counselor Mackey. Whenever he says, "Okay, drugs are bad, kids, okay." All right, that's my little South Park of Counselor Mackey there. All right, back to Mission Impossible 3. You had more stuff you saw on the page you wanted to talk about.
This movie they say it's only one last time at the movie release for the summer release.
Wait, what are you saying about in regards to the summer release?
This as of 2015. This is our last non-superhero film to be a summer movie season starter.
Oh,
released on the first weekend of May.
Oh, to not be
Superhero
summer.
movies are scheduled to start the summer through 2029. That would mean 13 consecutive years have started this summer with a superhero movie. Because every Mission Impossible movie, except Dead Reckoning, because they release like in November.
I'll tell you about the month releases. Okay, so the first Mission Impossible 1, 2, and 3, the first 3 were all released in the month of May. Then Part 4. Yeah, May, the May summer of the month of May 555. All the first 3 movies were the month of May. Ghost Protocol was released in December, the only one released in December. And then Part 5, Rogue Nation, was late July, and then Part 6 was also late July.
Wait, so Mission Impossible 5 is it is released during the summertime.
Yes, we're in the middle of the summer, end of July for the 5th movie, Rogue Nation. Yes. So the first three were in May. The 4th one was the only one in December, and then 5 and 6 were at the end of July. And it looks like we're gonna get this 7th movie, Part 1, in the middle of July. So yeah, so the only one that didn't get a summer release was the 4th movie being in December.
Right, and this film marked Paramount's first foray into digital exhibition. They were the last studio to release a digital print to theaters.
Okay, so something about digital prints there. Okay. Now we were mentioning in one of the last 2 Mission Impossibles how in this 3rd movie they actually show the audience how the team actually made the masks in the one scene.
They had the silicone mask.
Yeah. I like how when they were. Those masks. I like when they were in the bathroom, and then Tom Cruise was pretending to be Philip Seymour Hoffman, and then he was able to convince the bad guy to not go further in the door and all that. And then after they catch him though, and he tries to intimidate him by bringing him down the plane, he's like, "You got nothing on me," and then he does the intimidation later on in that beginning scene brought back towards the end again. So it all comes together with all that stuff going on. Yeah, you said Jonathan something. He was only in this movie on the team. Then they also had that the Asian woman in the team too.
Maggie Q.
Yeah, Maggie Q, who was also a year later a bad girl and lover of.
Live Free or Die Hard.
Live Free Die Hard.
And she also stars another show about spy intelligence in the reboot called Nikita.
Right.
You know, based on the La Fama Nikita.
Yeah. Yeah, that too. Oh, she's in that thing too. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, this movie. What else have we not yet mentioned yet?
Jonathan Rhys Meyers, Deckard, that plays Deckard, a team member, stars in the TV series The Tudors with Henry Cavill, will appear
right,
in
that's
the
right,
later
Tudors.
installment, Mission Impossible Fallout.
Oh, that's true. That connects. That's a nice, neat connection there too, as well. Nice. Okay. All right.
Now there's a wife called Michelle Monaghan.
Yeah, let's talk about her. So in this movie, the third movie, Mission Impossible 3, she's introduced as the fiance and soon-to-be wife of Tom Cruise's character. So I guess in 6 years, he kind of forgot and totally left whatever was going on with Sandy Newton because but Mission Impossible. So they eventually get married at some point in the movie, and then she helps him towards the end in the climax. And then she's in a big cameo at the end of Ghost Protocol, and then a bit more of a role we find out we'll talk more when we get to Fallout in 6 how she's brought in. Yeah, so yeah, she's the wife character. I don't know how a spy can have a wife in that business because you're always gonna have her being protected while you're being a spy, but Also, the thing I want to say about these first 4 movies is he kind of has short hair in this third movie. So in the first and third movie, he has short hair, but in the second and fourth, he has long hair.
Long hair. Maybe it's due to the filming about he wants to do something in style.
Right, and then in 5 and 6, his hair is, however, his hair like is in 5 and 6, which is still kind of somewhat long. But yeah. Mission Impossible 3, right. So we mentioned a lot of the characters. You mentioned the MacGuffin, what we call the rabbit's foot, which you said might be perhaps a biological type weapon or some kind. We don't know exactly what it ever was. They never told us. What else have we not yet mentioned? Anything on the page you think?
Even about the bridge parts.
Oh yeah, the bridge scene outside, the bridge scene where the whole bridge stuff happens. That was memorable too. Yeah, and of course. And then towards the end again, there's a scene outside where Tom Cruise is running. He's running in one of those Asian countries.
It's not like a no chase part. The motorcycle or a car. Yeah. It looks like he's just running. Yeah.
No, this is just running. Well, this is just running without the motorcycle yet. But yeah, he does this in Mission Impossible movies and other movies as well that aren't Mission Impossible related. So you're really getting to the feel of all this running, lots of running that he does with all the. He's a good runner. He runs whenever he can in these movies. It shows him running in one part of the Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning trailer, which I cannot wait. Everybody, that was moved up 2 days. It's no longer going to be released on Friday, July 14th. It's coming out now Wednesday, July 12th. So I'm going to go see it opening day on the 12th with possibly some friends. So I can't wait. Mission Impossible 3. So this is the last movie of the first 3 where it just says like the numeral without a subtitle, but starting with 4 Ghost Protocol on 4 onwards, they'll have a subtitle. But this is the last one, which is a number by itself without a subtitle.
Alright, so there's several of the actors and actresses in this movie have acted in movies where they play the real or fictitious musicians or people in the music industry. They include Tom Cruise as fictitious singer Stacey Jackson, Rock of Ages, Billy Crudup and Philip Seymour Hoffman, Almost Famous, as fictitious guitarist Russell Hammond and real-life music journalist Lester Bangs, respectively. Lawrence Fishburne as real-life singer Ike Turner in What's Love Got to Do With It, and Jonathan Rhys Meyers as fictitious singer Brian Slade in Velvet Goldmine. Also, Jeff Chase, who plays Owen Davian's bodyguard, plays Stacey Jack's bodyguard in Rock of Ages.
Wow, that is a lot of musical connections right there with all those people. Wow, that's a lot.
Also, Kerry Russell and Jonathan Rhys Meyers also play as the musicians in August Rush.
Oh, wow, that's even more. Wow. So, can you remind the audience what we talked about offline about the TV show guy? What did he do, and what other stuff was he in? The TV show.
Abrams?
No, the guy that did the original TV show. Pete something?
Lalo Schifrin.
Yeah, that's it, Lalo Schifrin. Talk about him for a sec. So Lalo Schifrin did the original song to the original movie, the original TV series rather. And then you said he did some other TV shows as well and some other things.
The movies I know about, he did the music he did is Rush Hour movies and Amityville Horror and Cool Hand Luke and And
So the,
also, and something he does jazz music. Even the one he did the music about tango, the foreign movie called Tango. He provided music.
oh, a tango movie, the Midnight Horror, and you said some stuff with Rush Hour.
And George Lucas' first movie at THX 1138.
Yes, that was George Lucas's first movie. Yes. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Cool, cool. What else about Mission Impossible 3 have we not yet spoken about?
And for style about Kelvin, at around 31 minutes, the postcard that Adrian Ferris sent Ethan Hunt from Berlin is addressed to H. Kelvin. Harry Kelvin was J.J. Abrams' maternal grandfather, and as a tribute to him and his influence in director's life, Abrams includes his name in every project he directs.
Wait, so what was this? What was this connected to J.J. Abrams? What happened?
Where any places a person's name is called Kelvin.
Oh, something about a grandfather being called Calvin?
Named after his mother's grandfather, as a tribute to him. A tribute to Harry Kelvin is his grandfather. As a tribute to him and his influence in director's life, Abrams includes his name in every project he directs. Like even a Star Trek movie, in the opening movie, they show a spaceship named the space starship called USS Kelvin.
Wow, wow, that's a lot of information right there. Okay, that's a lot to take in. All right.
And also and Owen Stevie was a weapons dealer for the Syndicate. It turns out that there's a connection that later on in the sequel that because Owen Davian, the weapons dealer played by Philip Seymour Hoffman, is connected as to a terrorist group called Syndicate.
Oh, so he is kind of connected to the Syndicate. Wow, okay. Yeah, because for me,
becomes the villain in this sequel.
Right. Say that last part again.
They later on become the
in 5 onwards, 5 and 6. Yeah, I thought I thought that.
And maybe it mentioned about the ending of 4th movie.
Oh, and mentioned at the end of 4, yeah. I like that he's connected to the Syndicate because for me, he's he and what was the name of the guy, the main villain in 5? What was he called?
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
No. In Rogue Nation, what was the main guy called again? The main bad guy. His name.
They're becoming the star in the Fallout.
Yeah. Well, he came back in Fallout also. Solomon Lane. For me, Philip Seymour Hoffman and Solomon Lane are the two big baddies of the Mission Impossible series of all the movies. Like 1 and 2 weren't really memorable. 4, the guy in 4 wasn't really memorable. But in 3, we got Philip Seymour Hoffman. He said he's still connected to Syndicate, and the other guy in Syndicate, the main guy in 5 and 6, is Solomon Lane. For me, Philip Seymour Hoffman and Solomon Lane are like really what Tom Cruise's character has to go after in these movies as the most memorable, at least, villains in my opinion. Yeah, okay. So, what else? What else we got?
I think I got everything covered.
Okay, so that was some trivia covered. We talked about some of the characters. Go over some of the quotes in the movie. Some memorable quote lines.
Like even there's one about Humpty Dumpty joke about this. Only one-time movie that Tom Cruise did break the 4th wall.
Wait. What happened with Humpty Dumpty and breaking the 4th wall?
Because when they mention about the Humpty Dumpty joke, this is a one time about there's breaking the 4th wall where he looks across to us, looking at us.
When was this? Which scene was that? What was that about?
It's about Humpty Dumpty joke.
I have to know exactly which scene that was to know what you're talking about, but okay. Alright, so there was a Humpty Dumpty joke in Mission Impossible 3 at some point that I'd have to re-see it and see what you're talking about, but I'm going to take your word for it for that so far.
Here's a quote.
Okay, sure.
Alright, Benji Dunn. I'm assuming it's like a code name for something he's about to sell to an unspecified buyer for $850 million, by the way. Or maybe it's not a code word. Maybe it's just a really expensive bunny appendage.
Oh, that's interesting. All right. What any other quotes from the movie you think are mentionable?
I'll die unless you kill me, yeah?
Ah, yeah. Right.
Ethan Hunt said, I don't agree with you. Luther Stickwell, well then I'm smarter than you. I agree with Luther. We can't have a real relationships, but you see, I love that. Ethan rolled his eyes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Simon Pegg, Benji Dunn is only in like a little office spot in this movie, but he'll have like a bigger role in 4, 5, 6, and 7. But only Tom Cruise and Vic Rames are the only ones to appear in every movie.
Big Ram's the only one to appear in every
Yeah.
yeah.
Even though we almost lost him at 4 because he wasn't shown to that one cameo spot in 4 where he was like probably like $1 million some just to come back for that one scene. But yeah, we definitely see. We'll get to talk more about Simon Pegg, Benji Dunn in the further installments. How are we doing on time so far? How long have we been talking on the movie podcast for?
Since around like 6:18.
6:18. Let me see. All right, 6:18, and it is now 6:54. So that's like what 30 some minutes already.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm just trying to, because I got distracted because both of us people were trying to call us during both of our talking here. So okay, any what else did you want to mention about Mission Impossible 3? Anything else?
I don't think I quite remember about like sometimes.
Did you only see it one time?
2 times.
Two times.
Actually,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Anything you remember from the second time that's worth mentioning?
Like even sometimes I like about like sometimes I like about I can't remember about like
It's okay. It's all right. It's okay if you don't remember.
Owen Divya says what I'm saying who I'm saying it to should be the last thing you're concerned about.
Right.
Then
Oh, that was a good line. Now that was a good line. Not to be concerned about what you described right there. That was a good one. All right. Okay. I think she says it's 6:8.
And also the other thing was also when they have every trademark at J.J. Abrams, they have lens flare. You know, like
oh yeah. That's true. Whenever it's J.J. Abrams, he has too much lens flare. That's true. Yes.
Like something bright
Right.
something in the corner.
Right.
Like even like mainly all the Star Trek film and Star Wars.
Right. Right.
And
yeah.
also, do you know he directed the one called Super 8?
Yeah. I know there was the Super 8 also. Yeah.
With all the homage from Steven Spielberg movie,
Right.
he is also producing it. It's also like a predecessor to the Stranger Things on Netflix.
Oh yeah. That's true. Right. All right. Okay. Anything else? Anything else about Mission Impossible 3?
Well, sometimes like I don't quite. And also, who's also makes a cameo appearance is the one the actor Aaron Paul that plays the brother to the Michelle Monaghan character.
Wait, who is he? And who does he play?
Aaron Paul. He plays the brother to Michelle Monaghan. Who made a phone call to her about because Aaron Paul later on become the best known stars of Breaking Bad.
Oh, okay, from Breaking Bad, and he just has that. He has what 1 or 2 scenes?
Oh, just one scene.
Just that one scene there. Okay. Final thoughts and opinions on Mission Impossible 3.
Final thoughts about. Don't convince. Don't think about anyone you're close to about care. It's most important is saving the world besides just going for the person.
Well, thankfully, she was able. What was her character's name in this movie?
Michelle Monaghan?
Yeah. What's her character's name?
Brassel or something.
It's her first name.
I remember her first actual role is in the movie with Robert Downey Jr. called Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Oh yeah. Oh, Kiss Kiss. That was what? Yeah, that movie from the 2000s. No, but what is her character's name in this movie? Mission Impossible 3?
Let me see. Either she'll be back again in the quick cameo in the end in the 4th. And
we'll get to that in 4. But yeah.
Julia.
Yes, Julia. Her character's name is Julia, and then the actress' name is Michelle Monaghan. She helped Tom Cruise at the end during the climax. So if anybody hasn't seen the climax yet, you'll see how she helps him out. Okay. And how would you greater rate Mission Impossible 3?
Almost like A minus.
Yeah. I would give it a B, but Avi says an A minus. You liked it that much to give an A minus. All right. I thought it was all right, but I think the ones that came after that, I thought were even better than the third movie, in my opinion. So that's you give it an A minus, and I'll give it a B. Okay.
Right.
All right.
And to rate the movie about 75 score.
What score? Say it again.
75.
Like a 75 out of 100?
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds about right. That sounds about good. All right. Okay. Anything else you want to tell the audience before we start to wrap this up?
Not quite.
Okay, that's all for now. So I guess sometime soon, hopefully, we'll get to talk about Part 4 Ghost Protocol together soon.
All right, that's so maybe next week sometimes, like after when Dad's fill up to when he goes to bed.
Yeah, let me know how it goes with your dad, for sure.
Oh yeah, you know the Michelle Monaghan? She
Okay.
also stars with in the movie called Gone Baby Gone.
Right, Gone Baby Gone is directed by Ben Affleck, right?
Yeah,
And then what was the other one you said? Was Kiss Kiss Bang Bang with who?
with Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, all right, okay.
It takes a year release of Kiss Kiss is a year before Robert Downey Jr.
Right.
And she works again with Robert Downey Jr. in the comedy movie called Due Date.
Oh, they also work together in Due Date. That's cool. That's the one that has Zach Galifianakis, right?
Galifianakis, yeah.
Yeah.
And from the director of The Hangover, and then from the same director who did The Hangover, also works with Zach Galifianakis.
Right, that's what I'm saying. All those connections, yeah, for sure. Cool. So, Avi said some of the trivia, and we talked about the characters and some story elements. Those were what we had to say about Mission Impossible 3. So, thanks. I hope you got something out of what Avi said. He always showed me all those different movie and TV connections. Always learning something there. So, next week, God willing, we'll do Mission Impossible 4, Ghost Protocol.
All right.
Thanks so much for coming on.
Welcome.
All right. See you next week.
See you next Monday for the Beer Cake.
Okay. Everybody dance and have a good time. One more time. Everybody dance and have a good time. This is friend and co-host Avi and Millennial Man Motions Entertainment, LLC, signing out till Mission Impossible 4 Ghost Protocol. Dun 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 dun.